Thank you. I'd like to continue some questioning with Mr. Kochar, please. So like my colleague was saying, you were explaining, or maybe I want clarity, you consult stakeholders, McKinsey may or may not be one of them, and then you bring your immigration recommendations to government. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr.
Okay. And the government has the last word, or the Liberal government would have the current government, which is the Liberal government, or the last government, which is the Liberal government, would have the final word on saying yes and no. Is that correct?
So actually, the procedure is to table it to the Parliament, and that is our recommendation from the Minister. So that is how it is.
Thank you for that clarity. So was McGill, well, in a ploy that happened a few years ago, there was advertising of free healthcare for non-citizens in Canada, or it was advertising of free healthcare for people to come to Canada. Was that solely, what stakeholders were that? Was McKinsey involved in that, or were there other stakeholders involved in that, or was that just a government decision to run that?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to clarify, nobody advertises free healthcare. What we do put out on our social media is that if you are coming to Canada to assist the people, that you will actually get healthcare 3 months after you arrive here, depending upon the provincial. So that is just an attempt to be very transparent. This is not something...
It's advertised though, correct?
This is put on the social media recurrently every year. This is done just to make sure those who are making choices to come to Canada, they actually know what are the other. We also put other aspects of there are settlement services and others available, so that is also there.
Sure, but that would be considered advertising, meaning to entice people to come to Canada, hence you advertise something, correct?
I believe that we don't use the word advertising. We're not advertising. We are putting some principles and policy pieces on the web just to inform our clients that these are the things you should expect when you are in Canada.
Okay, before doing that, did you consult out of the 12, you had said earlier that you consulted over 1,200 stakeholders. Was anyone in the healthcare industry consulted about that?
We do consult multiple different associations, and I believe, and I can check and come back to you, but Canadian Medical Association was one of those who was consulted.
Okay. So in that, I'll end off with I would actually, is it okay if we provide, or your IRCC could provide that list of consultants or stakeholders? Is that okay? Can you table that for us? Is that fine, Chair? Or?
You can certainly ask for it, Mr. Carrick. Yes, so this is you have that right, and the department can respond that it sees fit, and then we can have a bit of a tug of war if we don't like the answer. But you can certainly ask for that. So, are you doing? Would it be possible for you to table the committee the list of stakeholders that were involved in this process, as Mr. Carrick is discussing here?
We'll strive to actually get that as precise information to you.
Thank you very much. You've got about a minute and a half, Mr. Carrick.
I don't mean to be super aggressive in my line of questioning, but so often when we sit in these public accounts committees, we're left to figure out what went wrong. And I understand different procedures have been put into place, but I do believe a lot of sectors in this country have been affected by rapid immigration and a breakdown of our immigration system. So we have to go back and figure out what happened there. So just to be clear, McKinsey wasn't or was involved in that advertising or advertising non-healthcare for non-citizens?
McKinsey was not involved in any of those messages which we put out. And again, Mr. Chair, I would say that is not advertising, that is being transparent of whatever policies.
I would beg to differ. We could have a very good debate on that. When you put something on social media, and I can actually provide you the advertisement, you're technically advertising something, and you're telling people who don't live in Canada what Canada has to offer for them. So transparent, yes, but you could refer to all the legal documents that someone needs to do to immigrate to this country. But when you pick out the things that would entice them the most to come to this country, I would call that advertising, sir. But besides the point, you don't have to answer that.
And your time is done, Mr. Carrick.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kosher, going off of what some of my colleagues had said, not to belabor the point about advertising, but in the transparency of information, when you stated that the individuals, when they come here, they were going to get X amount of health care available to them, were they actually informed as to the state of our health care with lineups and not getting doctors and poor access and the state of our healthcare system, or is it just stated that, oh yeah, you're going to get free healthcare when you get here?
So, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned earlier, these are the things which we actually put on the web just to make sure the people are aware of when they arrive. There are not qualifiers as to what happens or what is, like we don't have any qualifiers on that. We just have the aspects which we express that these are the things which, if you're immigrating to Canada, these are the things which will be available.
That's fine. Basically, they're just given a one-liner and they don't get too much detail. That's fine.